Don't be stalker.
Don't be a stalker.
How do you know if you're a stalker though?
You must look deeper.
In this world, there's two types of people. There's the one partner who's willing to give head. Then there's another partner who only wants to receive the head.
Don't.
You see, how does birth control work?
Back to sender.
Fetus, delete
How
us.
guys?
In mine, would you
But that's
do
cheap.
like,
Yes.
cut the face or cut the body? What would you cut?
Choose.
I prefer a very pretty face.
So manje umuntu wakho mase kuthiwa
Maka face
nje
ikuyona.
ubuya ngazathi uya reverse behamba.
Life is a vaslap.
Okay, so if you were in a hostage situation and they asked you to rap one verse, word for word, what is your chosen song?
Oh, is my son's. And I'm going to go and get some bibs for him. A couple formulas. Little pretty lives on him. If I had a, I will pull it out and.
Hey, yo. I'm bouncing. You have-
Yeah. It's 7 p.m. Friday.
Don't
95
read
degrees. I ain't got no nigga. And no nigga got me. And put it just like that. I'm going to put a description of that thing.
Bar for bar.
Bar for bar.
You're like, I can break it down.
That's
if
my
you want.
go-to song. Every time.
Reliable source. You don't go anywhere without it. I hear that. I have too many. I have too many because I rap all around the office. So yeah, if I need it.
Yeah.
Believe us.
But if they ask you to name 2 South African actors, real names,
Ooh.
real names.
I can't.
Shoot me now. It's fine.
Don't y'all watch?
Real. Oh,
Yeah.
real. I want to use like my favorite people in
course.
other entertainment industries.
You're not gonna go TV.
But they are actors.
Ooh.
That's sus. I'm sorry. T's and C's of this hostage situation are not working.
Like.
Ooh, I don't know. Okay, firstly, I'll start with Buntle Mudisele.
Valid.
Okay.
She's an actor. And then I don't know. The others are just actors, man. I don't know them. I don't like them.
Wow.
Mina, guys, I'm sorry.
It's okay. When I
I'm sorry.
Oh, who's this girl they like calling Abo Tandeka or whatever?
Oh, that's the
Nomzamo.
thing. It's like the names are. What's her surname though?
Bata.
No, not Nomza Mombata.
The
There's
brother?
Nomza
Who's
Mombata.
Tandeka?
There's the other one that acts on she was on, was it The River or what?
Oh, ooh,
Tandaza.
Tandas.
I love
Cindy.
her.
Cindy Latu.
Shout out
Yes.
Cindy. She's
Papa.
really
She's an amazing actor.
great actress.
Actress. She's an amazing
Great
actress.
So Tando's lost.
No,
I-
I'm thinking of like, there's a lot that like makes you act, but ish, you know us, we can go deep in this topic, so I'd rather not.
It's fine. It's deeper because people have been acting mad already.
Also, influencers are actors, guys.
You're an actor. I'm an actor.
Me.
Everybody's
Oh, yes.
an actor.
Everybody's an actor here.
Where do we act? Mina, why not good since my act?
Huh?
Watching
Ah,
bicycle
yinle.
level, dog.
See, I act.
I'm joking.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Volume your iPad. See, I told you about the iPad.
This is my baby, y'all.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing.
Now people are hearing notifications. Imagine if you were. Never mind. Anyway,
Ooh, don't.
because people are wild now.
Hey,
man.
hey.
We're 3 months into 2025 by the time you see this. And it's been, let's say, busy.
Yeah, it's been tight.
It's been tight,
Hey, it's been rough, guys. Hey,
Life is a vaslap.
bro.
keep on saying this.
I don't even know what that means.
No, we don't explain it deeper. Please, it's fine.
Give like a quick definition.
What do they do with the vaslap when it's wet?
They hang it.
No. In the water.
They rinse it.
No.
In the water?
What are you talking about?
It's wet.
So a vaslap is wet, and then what happens?
What do you do with a wet vaslap?
You wring it.
I don't wring it.
What do you
Don't
do?
you bath with a vaslap?
Why are you saying when it's wet?
It's wet.
Why would? Where's the soap?
There's the water.
You leave the soap in the water.
No, how? I don't get sure.
You said the soap is in the water.
No, you said how
It
is
goes
it
through a
wet?
lot. Vaslaps go through a lot.
Yeah, even so,
Yes.
whether they wet or they dry, they don't look good. So life is like a fast lap.
Okay. My theory that would be life is like a used up fatuk at a family gathering?
Oh, na Eddie.
Yeah, the one that's been.
The one with the holes there. Mara, that's an OG one, guys.
That one is
You see, that one is an OG one.
Real. These are the real things, dog. It's rough. And you can picture it. I know you have it at home.
Exactly.
Don't be sneaky with it.
It's the one that wipes everything, and it's proper. That
You
one.
spill on the floor. Which is terrible. Please don't wipe the floor, kafatuk. It's not right.
Guys,
Yeah.
when there's no
People
mop,
do that. Huh?
listen. When the mop is outside, hey guys, don't act like you. Yeah,
I've never done it.
When there's a mop, there's a glass you can put sunlight and water inside. 5 minutes hair club. You've never.
One thing I can confess to is kicking an ice cube under the fridge. That I can confess
Hey, yo,
to.
you know what? We're going to go far and we're not going to go anywhere. So let's just start with the point of this episode, okay? Because clearly we're losing recipes here.
Okay.
Okay, first 3 months of the year have gone by. Welcome. This is MGOWOVILLE, by the way.
Yay.
You know?
Bo, 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 bo.
Powered by Fuck You. And no,
Ish.
we're not Tugaring.
Yeah.
Yo, Wena.
They will think Guguti when you're saying.
And I'm not. Read it now. Read it.
We are the only people that can say this.
So it's
Properly.
fine.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't know about us, well, you should know about us, by the way. We just do things fun, man. We talk about things that you might be scared to talk about with your friends or with your family. And we break down communication barriers with health, mental, sexual, and even something as serious as cancer prevention. So we're here for you. We are your friends. As you can see, we've got a friendly face over here.
Your favorite bestie, Utando.
We've got another friendly face over here.
Hi guys, Bonalo.
We've got a face over here. Friendly or not. And then, of course, we've got the lovely, soothing voice of Sis B.
Hey guys.
Because no face, no case.
Yo.
The man from Gumsua can't go through us.
Start with Bunolo.
Whoa. No. Whoa, guys, let's talk about this.
But it's fine. Yeah, the whole point of the episode, look, we're a quarter of the year in, and a lot has happened in just the world. It's been a lot. You know, America doesn't like us. We're not going to talk about that, though. And a lot of things have been happening. People have gone through stuff. And there's a lot of questions that people are asking on social media about sexual health, mental health, and, of course, cancer prevention. Sibangani, we don't think cancer applies to us.
Yeah.
But it do, because as we've mentioned, even in the last episode, from the first week of Feb until the end of March, the first round of vaccination for HPV.
This is
HPV.
Yeah.
HPV, yeah. This is the
ongoing.
last month.
First round, there's 2 rounds of this thing. One is early in the year, the second is late in the year. Around November, if I'm not mistaken. October.
No.
Whoa.
We'll verify that. When's the second round of vaccinations?
I think it's still to be confirmed. Let me just check the diary quickly.
Because I think I'm trying to remember from last year. It was at the start and then it was towards like October.
And-
Yeah, it was
and
towards
yes,
the end of the
towards
year,
the end
though.
of the year.
Yeah.
Something
Fourth
fell, by the way.
quarter.
Don't worry. But I'm glad that the vaccination on our page is like getting the right, audience. Because a lot of people are like, there's such a thing as HPV. Yes.
Don't even know what it is.
They don't know what HPV is
So
or how they can get it. And some people think it can be treated. You can't.
I hear that. Some people think it's an American disease. Good luck.
Njani?
That's South Africa.
Like we made it up.
Njani.
Yay.
Right, guys, what you will see, time will tell. Time will tell. So what we're about to do now is just get into some very burning topics that I've seen. What was in Bozo? Sisby?
We have a date for the second round of vaccinations, and it's from the 4th of August to the 28th of September.
Okay, 4 August to 28 September. And the age groups eligible for a vaccination would be?
It's 9 to 26 if you're female. So unfortunately, I'm a boys. You'll need to pay.
Ish. Hare boss.
And sometimes
No, Marata King. This isn't fair, guys.
Hare
not
boss.
fair,
It's
Shem.
not fair. Ish.
What? Why are we
Hare
being
boss.
excluded, my dad, from the free
You are
stuff?
always excluded
you
from
guys
the free
need
things.
this.
And you need it too. That's why people think guys can't get it.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can't.
you
There's a lot of
said-
things that apparently we can't get. Sek to Amanje, we don't perform oral as much as ladies do. We get accusations for everything.
Athi ngingene,
Yeah.
ngibalansise nyana.
Minister of-
Nyana. So guys, in this world, there's 2 types of people. There's the one partner who's willing to give head, and also the other one receives. So who's willing to do 50-50, right? Then there's another partner who only wants to receive the head. not give it back, right? So I'm not gonna say it's men, because even people I know in your community, they do it as well.
They do, yes, definitely.
My chat is why. Is it a culture thing? Is it champe what the homies will say? What is it? Why don't you guys like giving head?
Can I ask a question
You can
also?
ask
Nam?
a question.
I feel like also it's more of a culture thing. Yeah. Because now when we think of culture, obviously males are dominated. They are the ones that deserve pleasure, and women are just there to pleasure men.
Oh, yeah.
So if a man pleasures a woman, then they're going against their culture or whatever.
It's like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
There's a big English word, heteronormative beliefs. So these are things that are steeped in the a lot of cultures around the country and probably around the world, where it's like it's very much in favor of the men. So as a gent, first of all, tutorials don't exist for us to be able to share the shandis clean. You know what I'm saying?
Jan, you must look deeper.
YouTube.
Now must dig.
Yes.
That old lady that we were seeing last week. There's this old lady on YouTube, guys,
Which lady were you guys?
who gives tutorials on everything.
Yeah.
And I mean everything.
She put
What
like
is she doing it on?
She put like a condom on a anaconda, like a sex glove toy anaconda with her mouth.
Yeah?
She put the condom in her mouth.
She put it between her teeth.
Is that safe? Let's start there.
Sis B says it's safe.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's also, obviously, it's in the how. You can't now just be biting the condom and then say, Sis B said it was safe. But there is a way that you do it. That is why we even showed that lady. Because when people say, go to the condom ruins the mood, that is just one method to make sure that it's part of foreplay and things don't stop. But it is possible.
Now I'm thinking of the wild people. Now they're gonna be biting. That's the one thing that I was thinking about. Because when I get it,
Yeah, there's some people what about lang tabula. That's my issue. You're gonna wanna tear it because now your teeth are sharp. So the tutorial lady showed. I mean, she showed what she showed.
She showed
know what I
it.
mean? She did her thing, but somehow she didn't suck it out. That sounds wrong. But the way she placed it on the thing was so mad because it was all mouth. She didn't use any hands. I don't know how. But anyway,
It's a known thing.
I
That
need
lady
to-
was like, it's
I
a
need to
known.
see this.
She's not. There was a guy. I was telling her about that guy on Instagram, like
did
an
that?
older black gentleman who was showing how it's done. So it's not like
I'm not a fade.
CIA
But anyway, your question, because
confidential.
I genuinely didn't answer your question because I don't know the answer. But yeah, heteronormativity is one of the reasons why perhaps we don't perform as much oral cloth as ladies do. Because also conditioning from things like corn. You see, all you see is the woman giving the Glock 3000. The man them ain't giving the licky 500. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they do, but it's like for like a minute of the thing. But then the Glock is like for 10.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I think I'm gonna be asking the both of you guys, nah? Because now, if it's going to be, let's look at it in that submissive and dominance type of situation, right?
Yeah.
So, Tando, if you're giving a guy head, don't you feel like you are dominating at that moment? And as a guy, do you feel like you're dominating and she's submitting to you? Because you know, girls can say, I like giving head because now I am in control.
I mean, it depends on the person, because we're just saying if I were to do it, it's more like enjoying. I don't think of it as me like I'm the man, you know? It's more of a, listen, I got like 5 minutes. Let me try my best, you know? But I know of other women that are like, it's my time. Let me, you know, be the man. Me, I'm a girl, you know?
You make it a challenge for yourself.
Yes.
So it's just an act that you do.
Yeah, it's
You
a pleasure
don't-
thing for me.
It's a pleasure
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So you don't think about submissive dominance, and then you don't feel like you're dominating at that point or you're submitting. Because now remember,
Can I cue it?
she can stop. She is in control of you reaching that big O.
If
So-
she can get
You-
me to reach the
Fair,
big
fair,
O.
fair, fair,
Ati,
fair.
if she can.
Fair.
That's fine. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. So imagine if it's giving you that feeling and then she stops in that moment. Don't you think she
She has power.
Yeah.
has that power?
But I don't call it power. Like, you're trying to make me enjoy this as much as possible. So I can't knock it. Like, you're giving me the time of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Why would
yeah.
why would I think, I don't feel powerful anymore. Get away.
Yeah,
Operate, my
okay.
sister.
Okay.
Operate.
But you guys do that whole thing where you dominate with the hand. Like, I don't know whose
That's-
brother, father needs to hear the stop with the hand unless the girl likes it.
Some people like being directed.
But like, it's like you're going based on what you feel. I might even be throwing up here because wow, you know?
Don't talk about throwing up, man.
Trigger.
Yeah.
Ish.
Very
Trigger
triggered.
much?
PTSD.
Yo.
Yeah, but it's fine, guys. It's fine. I don't know what the numbers are on
Yeah.
head, mandem, galdem head. I'd like to think that we try as men.
Okay, fair.
I think the modern man is open to it. The modern man wants to do it. The modern man likes licking coin. You know, we're about that money. That's our thing. It's because people have said that down there tastes like a coin.
Mara culture, guys. Ba bang ba re, hey,
I guess.
angeke ngiyenze mina leyo.
You say,
Mara bona bafuna uyenzwa. Wa batla uyenzwa wena never uyenze.
You
come on.
My hero, like as a girl, the first thing is obviously to know the guy's status because you can still get things, you know, when you're doing those oral activities. Second thing, ask, Kuti, if I'm giving you, am I going to receive? Right? Very important.
I say I sit turn off if you ask.
Listen. Okay, let me calm down.
Communicate.
But like, sometimes those guys other guys who are literally like, I don't know you, I will not go down on you, right? Then you get to Bob the Builder. The females are like, I want to pleasure you, so I'll go down on you. You
Yeah.
see how it becomes unfair? I'm like, say, if it ruins the mood, you see, because you see with the guys like facial expression, he's gonna give you the most ugliest look. It's what is he licking? Then you know it's then you're not getting as well.
I always wonder how I look when these things are happening. And I always think I probably have the nastiest face on. Because if you're enjoying it, there's no control on your face. Because if I look at whoever I'm doing whatever with, their face always looks so weird. I almost want to laugh. But then I think even me, my face probably looks ridiculous because you're in this weird zone. Yeah?
Fair.
Especially with
fair.
head. Because with head, some people start titivating and...
But like, doesn't them having that pleasure face turn you on more?
It does.
Fair,
Sometimes.
fair.
Other times people have a really ugly pleasure face. And you can't get away from that. No, sometimes you really can't. You just can't get away from it. But anyway, it seems like another thing we can't get away from is the truth. What y'all saying about the truth? For anyone who doesn't know what the truth is,
Chufukin toila hele ya motlakase.
What's the age limit to this? You know, with like one of my siblings, I'm not gonna name, I went through his whole ward like drawer. I was like, you are detoxing, and I kept on putting in the box. There were like more than 20, you know,
20 vapes.
Yes, I was just like,
I
what's
know,
the age
girl.
limit though?
I don't even know, but I know a girl that has like 2 shoe boxes full of used truth, and she has new ones as well. And she was trying to like cut it out, but
took control.
It's mad. And in South Africa, I mean, I think a lot of it started obviously in America and then the UK and then around the world. But in South Africa, it's becoming a really big thing, especially in schools.
Yes.
So there
Yes,
was a study that was conducted, I think, late last year by Lancet, which is obviously a famous laboratory that tested exams and all things, on over 25,000 learners from South Africa. And they were coming from various schools of different incomes. So it's not like they targeted a certain area. It's just all over the country. And they found that 36% of the 25,000 learners that were sampled have tried vaping at least once. 16 of them are currently vaping. And I think the one thing that we're ignoring about this thing is that it's not shebet where you're just exchanging smoke.
Fair.
I think people don't understand. Okay, I heard that there are some vapes that don't have nicotine, but most of them do have nicotine. So nicotine is a problem. It's an issue because it can cause eye problems, heart problems, lung problems, even risk cancer.
Fair. I don't know why we normalized that though.
I don't know.
You know?
People
There's-
made it
do you
look cool.
think- Do you think which one do you think is worse? There's that one where you refill eka.
Those
bulb.
silver ones, you're like,
It's
Wait,
heavy,
which
that
one
one.
is
That
those
one
the heavy ones, yeah.
There's a heavy one that you charge. You can increase or lower the voltage.
You lie.
Bona, the voltage can reach up to 250 or
For
something.
just
Yes.
Come on,
guys, what are we doing?
bro.
Smoking.
And look, if
There's
this
that
is
one and the one that they buy go to shop on go Pick and Pay.
All those quick ones that I have to then buy another
Yeah.
one. Guys, someone was like truth to me as I looked at that person. I'm like, Mina,
Escape the
Wow.
truth. Madness. And high school kids are into these things, dude. Because it doesn't have a cigarette-y smell. So it doesn't smell unpleasant. The smoke is flavored, it's whatever. But what you're inhaling and letting into your system is unhealthy. And I think that's just the fact of it. Look, if you're doing it, just acknowledge the fact that
It's not safe.
it ain't safe. And if you take the risk, fade.
It ain't safe.
You know,
It ain't
you're in school, man. There's a lot going on in life. But yeah, one thing we want to make sure that you are up to date with, especially your lungs, because it collapses. That's it. Curtains.
These children are even smoking other things. You can't tell them anything. I'm a vaping and I'm a truth.
Hi. But like, I know that most parents like follow our account, ne? So as FAQ, what do we say to a parent who discover their child is on truth?
Yo,
What would you say?
what? Yo, as a parent.
Like
Yeah.
advising the parent.
I
or
think
not.
I want to ask this B because she's a
Yeah,
parent.
I
Like,
mean,
if your child, for example, started with this, what would be like the word? What would be the insight?
So I think the biggest uproar with e-vape, firstly, if you know South Africa, we have very strict cigarette or nicotine laws. There needs to be warning labels and everything. So the vaping industry doesn't have that, you know, and that is why most people think it's chilled. And also how you were saying, Guti, how it's also marketed, how it's packaged, the different flavored. It's almost like they're targeting young people. And so I once smelled a watermelon flavored vape that a friend of mine was smoking. It smelled delicious. Yeah, but so so because it smells like a smoothies or whatever, people think and young people think this is just
nice.
It's harmless.
yeah, but all smoking products are not good for you. And I think the biggest fight right now is how do we get the warnings on the thing? Like, for example, if you're getting your happily when they're getting their tools together, the flavor also has
'Cause it also
warnings.
has
It has warnings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the biggest fight right now, to say it is dangerous and it needs some sort of warning label. It needs to be restricted. So as Umzali, if you are finding your child with a box of these things, you need to have a serious conversation about their health, because we also know of young people who are in hospital, some who have died.
Yep.
And that is not spoken much of. So it goes to that conversation, Uguti, as a parent, are you having health conversations? Because I think parents just go, yeah, stay away from boys, as if that's
They
the
died.
only,
As if
that's
it's-
the only
yeah.
health conversations. And it's also not a conversation, it's just like an instruction. So you need
Yeah.
to have like a overall health conversation with your child, Uguti. How do you keep them Zimba Yolis alive? Because you're killing it, Yabo. You
Yeah,
are killing
malala.
it. Yeah.
And it's just because some organs haven't fully developed. You're still growing.
You're still growing, bro.
Tough times out here, man.
Following trends, guys.
But it smells nice.
Skaba mzali ostripilwe
Wait,
wena uzochikana
Well,
lebathu.
you'll never tell me in my house what
Ma,
type of
Exhibit A.
parent.
Exactly.
In my house, I'm
Yo,
paying
someone
bond.
Someone shouta. Otherwise, you're gonna buy 5 more.
It's complicated because now even parents, we're not judging parents, also do truth, you know? Sometimes it can be that situation, Guti. I saw it from
I stole it from you,
I stole it from
and then I tried it.
and then I liked
3
it.
weeks later, your vape is still in my drawer.
Hey, yo.
Okay, refill.
Yo.
If parents are humans, also, guys, our
Hey, Yane.
It's rough day by vaping. So, yeah, like, just be careful, dude. Be careful. Because it ain't safe out here. And,
Tone it down.
don't rush the stage, basically. You know?
yeah.
Afulanya, leave peer pressure, man. Afulanya, just because your friend is doing it, don't do it too just to look cool. No.
Because high school is a very small part of your life in the grand scheme of things.
True.
And that's something that I was always thinking about. Like, bruh, we always think that's it. Like, my high school life, my high school reputation, my high school thing, that's my whole life now. And then as soon as you leave those gates after matric and you look into the world, you're like, man, none of that matters. Only cool high school, good for you. No
Good
one
for
cares
you.
now.
No. Le batho ba never look cool high school. Laba sa le cool.
Yeah, but don't be cool in high school, apparently.
But don't peak. Don't peak in high school. Because it's rough. Hey, like peak and then next thing life kicks you, bro. But it's not universal. It's just some rules to some people who
Fair,
don't
fair,
think
fair.
karma applies to them. But yeah, we're going through it as a youth. Remember, this platform is for you.
Yeah,
So
boo.
follow us, text us. We are available on all your favorite platforms, fam.
Any questions that you're afraid to Zali, your friend, we're here for you. We're not judging. And click, no.
Do you know where to follow us? I don't think I do.
Where we put
Papa.
out.
FAQU.Africa on all platforms,
Yeah,
TikTok
boo.
and Instagram. And then on YouTube, get us on FAQ.U. Thank you.
Ay, vale. Okay, so we're gonna move on to MGOWOVILLE now. This is where people are going through real life situations.
Yeah.
And one of the most recent ones that we came across at the time of recording, because you need to say that to sound formal, at the time of recording, was a very popular court case, or popularized court case. So basically, this pits, the court of law with the constitution and the league, and then the court of public opinion. Like when you put something out there. For example, if I shoot a video and I say Tando's a bad person, and then you shoot a video later saying that Ray's a bad person, then public opinion decides who's the bad person,
Fair, fair,
basically. And that's what's been happening with this one particular celebrity, shall we call her. TV personality, Denis Zimba, recently shared her sadness on social media, basically after reportedly losing custody of her children. So what happened with this is they went to the High Court, and this High Court ruling favored her ex-husband now, Jakob Schlichter, very German surname,
German.
Oh.
which allowed him to take their daughters to Germany. Now, all she posted on social media was like, I made you, with like a picture of sort of a drawing of a mother with their child. Right? So people saw that, liked, engaged, gravitated, we feel for you, Denise. And she got a lot of social media support. But then this article got referenced as well. They said the High Court ruled this guy her ex-husband to take the children to Germany because, according to reports, these children were in South Africa on vacation because they were based in Germany.
They were born there, ne?
They were born there, yes. And while the ex-husband had booked return flights, the mother allegedly refused to send them back.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
And then there was a legal battle.
Yeah.
And this was also brought up with allegations of the husband cheating with
The
her
best friend.
best friend
Your best
since they were kids.
You.
Since 14, ne?
14, yeah.
Yeah. And what the best friend chat, guys, is something else there.
Okay, so now Denise can't have access to her kids now because of the recent Uti they came to SA on a vacation. She refused to return them back. So now does that cancel all visitation for her?
I don't know about the details, but I don't think it would cancel all visitation. I just think it would have to be agreed upon, particularly by the ex-husband, the grounds on which she can see her children.
You can see the children when I'm there.
Yeah.
You see, T's and C's might apply. But the idea here is like, okay, first, there's three things.
Yo.
There's the
What?
court of social media saying that the gent is a bad guy. And then there's the court of law saying that he won the case and she did something wrong allegedly. And then there's a third aspect of the allegations of cheating and the relationship that fell apart. Because if true, this bror, Shayad, this lady's bestie. It's deeper, dog.
Because you're considering a lot.
This one goes deeper than Anga's. Imagine your partner or your husband or wife having sexual relations with your best friend. And then Napo, you have the audacity to cut off or take away my children in another country. What happens then if I can't come to that country, if those are the terms and conditions for my visitation for those kids? What happens then? So I'm not going to see my children at all.
It's a great, they talk about it there. So it's about like, when does he, like Ray say, when does he allow you to come? It's sad because it's like, as a mom, we all like feel sorry because she's a mom, those are our kids, right? At the same time.
And the circumstances of the marriage ending.
Yes,
as well.
yes.
So now the question, I guess, is what reaction feels more powerful right now? And I think you've been sort of keeping track of what people have been saying online and where the wind is kind of swaying when it comes to this thing, because it is quite sensitive. But social media, from what I saw on my particular timeline, empathized a lot with the mom. So what have you been seeing online?
Yeah, it's that empathy. I think, firstly, just social media responses in South Africa can go either or depending on whether you are looking at it from a female perspective or a male's perspective. Because most of the guys were like, why Vel? That was that was
Yeah,
what was
no.
being said, to say you're the one who was also a whole guy from Germany. Look at your life now, which is very sour. Because at the end of the day, you fall in love with who you fall in love with. And then the other side of it, obviously, is just as Ubunolo was stating, which this woman has lost a partner for life. Now she's losing her children. What's next? Like, imagine if that was you and you're just being stripped of everything that you hold dear from a relationship that you gave your all to now children that you made. So yeah, I think that is the biggest what is currently happening online. And I'd also saw people who were calling on the legal system to say South Africa is good at fighting wars for, other countries.
As opposed to here.
Yeah.
Here's an issue where a woman is literally being stripped because of also lack of resources. Because I think the gent is more resourced
Yes.
than her, and therefore legally, chances of her winning or whatever were limited because
not
of
as
the
high.
imbalance of power as well. So yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, and we side with her. Hopefully she can also still have an opportunity to see her children, because I think that's the biggest shame, which is the poor children get to grow up without their mom, and nobody ever thinks about the children between the fights.
Fair.
They think about themselves.
Because now it seems like it is like that. Those children are a product of divorce now.
Exactly.
And the trauma that always goes along with that, I think from a lot of like people that I know who are born in households where the mom and dad are not together, and they're still alive, is quite sad, because you long for one if you don't have the other.
Yeah.
It's really it's mad, man. It's mad.
Yeah, no, it's not a nice thing. Especially Amazola using children.
And then the children must pass the message now.
Hey bro, I've been in that situation
Bro.
before. I was the messenger.
Even having to pack
Really?
clothes now. Yeah.
I was a messenger, bro. When my parents they separated at first, and then I thought maybe they were going to come back together, rekindle or whatever. Shame, she divorced us. I ended up being the messenger because they were fighting amongst themselves, but they were
And
not
you were in
fighting
the
using
middle.
us. But I was in the middle. My older brother
Was like,
didn't care because
yeah.
he's seen it all. He was like, no, about time.
You're just like,
My younger brother was still young at that time. He doesn't understand anything.
so you're
Me, I get-
right in the middle.
I was right
the
in
middle
the
child.
I'm the middle child. I
So
was
what type of, like, Bunal, go tell your dad that?
Yeah.
Those type of
Yes.
messages.
if maybe I have something that I have to do at school, and then I tell my mom's gonna tell me, go tell your dad. I'm like, why don't you guys communicate? I'm still in high school, like my grade 8 or 9. Why am I going to tell my dad directly if it's school related things and you are aware of it? But I ended up understanding her point at some point, because things were bad. Mara, don't use children
Yeah,
in the
don't
mid.
use children,
Don't fight
guys.
using children, because now it affects them a lot, especially this messenger thing.
Yeah.
I ended up being like, you know what? If you guys don't want to talk, I'm not gonna say anything. No communication is gonna happen then. Nah, I'm keeping shame. Slice me out, bro.
Like, how are you even involved now?
I was like, slice me out. I was like, it's not gonna work.
No, that's complicated, man. And I imagine these kids, they have South African DNA in them. Their only chance of maybe seeing the country is through visits that will probably be monitored by the ex-husband if they frequent. So they're predominantly going to grow up German, you would think. Unless this case is appealed and there's some sort of recourse that's established, these kids are going to grow up far from home. And usually, I think it's harder for single dads than it is for single moms. And I know this from like experience as well, like from seeing single dads in my family sort of struggle to be the emotionally available, compatible, nurturing parents, because it's like it's the heterowatwat, the word that we said before.
It's that piece that is missing in a male.
And usually in that type of environment, the nurturer would be the mother. So I don't know. I just hope everything works out for the better of everybody involved in this, because we don't want hearts breaking, especially the kids.
And they're still babies,
They're so
man.
adorable
young.
babies.
With
Pretty.
dimples.
They won't remember.
You think that,
You
hey? You think that.
some
But kids
people- what if-
remember.
That's what parents say.
Yeah.
They're like,
They're like, you forget.
you
And then
won't
you bring it
remember.
back 20 years later.
Ish.
Remember this day.
Ish,
The trauma
ish,
sticks, guys.
Yeah.
ish. I just hope it doesn't get to a point whereby the dad is portraying the mom as a bad person. Because now you see, if they end up growing up and not seeing their mother more often, then
Questions.
it can be a switch story. Yoguti, your
Your
mother is the
mom.
one that left you guys.
And
Which
as
is
much
bad.
as much as parents try to prevent the whole bad talking about the other partner, it's natural because you're also processing every emotion that you felt in the process. So it's natural for
Exactly.
you to speak horrible things about them, right? I think as a child, especially in that situation, the more you grow up, the more you realize, because you know what, mom and dad are not like bad people, but they're also growing.
Like everybody human, bruh.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
it's and also we always look through things from what they did to me point of view as opposed to what I contributed to this situation.
Yeah.
Fair,
Yes.
fair,
So-
fair, fair.
I mean, hopefully there can be some sort of resolution. I don't know what that
Yeah.
looks like, but something because hearts are
Hopefully.
breaking and families are being torn apart, unfortunately. But yeah, that's a big goal that's happening, man.
That was a big one.
Good
That
rough.
is. Yeah.
But we're down
Hot go,
to
wara.
hey, rough. We're down to the last few minutes of the episode. By the way, it's gone by so fast. Like
Really?
we're almost done before we just started.
Come on.
So this is Tando's favorite part because she gets to answer questions and confessions that were sent through by you on our socials. So, in case you don't know, on Instagram and TikTok, on Mondays specifically, there's a nice picture that gets uploaded, and then it's got a question. No, it's got a prompt,
It's a question sticker.
and it just says, "Ask us a fucking question."
Very simple.
Very simple.
Catchy, ne?
It's very simple, very
Yeah.
catchy.
Very simple, catchy. Just ask that fucking question.
Yeah. And here's the first question, Tando. This one's for you.
Okay, cool. First question, Itzy. How does birth control work?
Before we answer, Sis B, do you mind just shedding some light on how birth control works?
Okay, all right, cool, not a problem. So birth control works in different ways depending on the type of birth control it is. There's basically three types. There's the barrier methods, there's the hormonal ones, and then there's the chemical ones.
Right.
So the barrier methods do just that, where they'll cover or block the sperm from meeting the egg, you know, so your condoms, your diaphragms that you put up your cervix, and literally they hit their heads on the wall and they can't, you know? So that's a barrier method. Barrier method are also good if you are a person who has a lot of issues like bleeding a lot, whatever. So you don't want any hormones. We hear that a lot from women. Oh, birth control causes cancer.
It causes my weight gain.
Yeah, so if you don't want any hormonal things happening in your
Yeah.
body, barrier method. It's never no, I'll just schoon my life. Barrier methods is what you use, yeah, bo?
Yeah.
And then secondly, there's the hormonal ones that we all know. Your 2 months, 3 months injectables. In fact, most of them are hormonal. Even some IUDs are also hormonal, unless the copper one. And what we see with that, yes, it works. It does, they do different things. I know, for example, the 3-month one, what it does is that it causes a huge form of mucus to block the cervix so that the sperms can't go through. You know? And also the hormonal ones are the ones that take the most to come out of your body when you are stopping and trying to fall pregnant.
So,
yeah.
sorry, a question about that. How long would they take on average?
It differs from body to body. It differs from body to body. So that is why then people go, oh my God, I can't fall pregnant now. I'm infertile because of, no, it's just coming out of your body. Yeah, bo? And there's other ones like the chemical ones, which is the copper IUD, where it's the copper element that just kills sperms as they go in there. Yeah, bo?
IUD.
So those ones are also good because with the copper IUD, the minute you take it off, you can fall pregnant. And that's why I think Utando was talking about if your IUD has expired,
Please get it checked.
if your
Yeah.
implant has expired, you know.
yeah.
Change it.
But
Yeah.
yes, SB, a lot of people are confused on the fact that because we mentioned good, you can use birth control for other things than prevention. Can you also touch up on that?
Yeah, so those are the hormonal ones. So if you're
okay.
finding that you have a problem type of with excessive bleeding, acne, you know, all these other hormonal issues, then sometimes healthcare workers will recommend contraceptives. I know that's a big one for Bunolo's community because it's like,
Yeah.
why are you on birth control?
Hey,
It's
yo.
for the skin.
It's for the skin
And like,
period
Namanga, you're
pains.
after 9.
And periods. They just don't want to go on their period
Yeah.
at all. So obviously they're going to be prescribed certain.
But remember, hey, the whole not experiencing your period, it's not for everyone.
yeah, it's
Fair,
not
fair,
for
fair.
We
everyone.
can give you
exactly.
the exact same contraceptives as your friend whose period it stops, and when you bleed, even more.
Some they use it to like delay their period also. And which is something I was told Uguti, it's like a bad move because once you stop being on that thing, then it comes full blast.
Really?
Yes.
2 weeks straight you're on your period. So
Full on.
Yeah, stopping hormonal contraceptives does have an effect on you.
Fair, fair,
yeah,
fair, fair.
you the same as if you are going on it. The first couple of weeks, your body is just like, what's
You're
happening?
you're
What's going on?
spotting, you're doing everything. Yeah, fair, fair, fair.
Even the morning after pill. Yeah.
And if you're a gent, vasectomy, condoms.
Please.
And if the contraception pill eventually gets fully researched, developed, and distributed
Yeah, well.
legally, then we have those three
You know-
main options.
You know what I heard about the male birth control? Apparently, gutiwa, the reason why they're not releasing it is because they found out with the severe like side effects that are very similar to the women. So they don't want to release it because apparently, ne guys, I need it's for real.
But what would the bushungus be? Would they be
Meaning,
hormonal?
You guys can't tolerate pain like we can.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, fair.
well damn.
Because I had stomach pains last week.
You nearly
They
died.
were bad, man. I was struggling.
Almost
And
died.
I already know from even our videographer and producer saying that he took that, that period simulator machine thing. And he,
Oh yes, we did that.
yeah.
Like
yeah,
a
we did
car.
that. I shame. Atia, I don't feel anything. I think what number was it on? We reached we didn't even get to 10.
And 10 is
we
the
didn't
one
even get
that you
above
experience
5.
regular.
That's the
Yup,
10 is
yup,
the
yup,
one that
yup,
we
yup.
experience.
So yeah, hey, birth control. There's many methods, literally so many. We've done so many videos on them, but I'll give you a quick rundown. There's pills, there's the patch, there's the injections,
Yeah,
there's
the IUD.
there's IUD,
The implant,
there's implants, there's condoms.
the injection, did you need that?
Yeah.
Yes,
There's diaphragms.
there's diaphragms, there's vasectomies. So literally, search these up if you're thinking of getting on some sort of birth control method. And as is be explained, some of them barriers, others hormonal. It depends on what you want and what you want. And there's copper IUDs. There's so many options. Just find the one that works for you and your body.
Your body.
Ungajiki usukhala lana uthi, hey, I took one and then now I feel like I'm jumping up and down off the walls. Find one that works for you and your body and the way that you just operate as a person.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a second question. Is there such a thing as a back to sender pill? Back to sender.
Fetus,
Oh,
deletus.
guys.
Imagine, would you
But that's
do
cheap.
like, cut the face or cut the body? What would you cut?
Choose.
I prefer a very pretty face.
So manje umuntu wakho mase kuthiwa
Maka face
nje
ikuyona.
ubuya ngazathi
Face
uya
ikuyona.
reverse behamba.
Yeah. There's right.
Fetus, deletus.
I need confirmation.
From Sauce Bay.
You know what I know?
Okay.
Sis B answers.
We're gonna test bold knowledge.
Yeah, go winner.
Yes. No, I don't know about the pill.
Okay, but
I
based on
don't
what
know
you
about the pill, but
Yeah,
what I know is that they give them a pill first, and then they go through that surgery, and then that's when the fetus deletus happens. Understand what I mean? That's the one I was told by someone that has done
okay.
it before.
I even think that's the one shown more in like movies. Yeah, that process. Because I can imagine it from a movie.
Because yeah, they've done it before, but the pill one, I don't know.
Sis B, what's the
Yeah, so with TOPs, there are 2 ways that you can terminate a pregnancy. The first one is the medical abortion is what we call it. And it normally is viable for up to 9 weeks.
Okay.
So you get your pills. You need to get your pills from a healthcare provider. Don't you think these
My poster there.
pain-free
Guys.
Those
But our
posters
regular,
on the pole.
they buy, we once did a sting operation where we did, and we got one of those pills and we took it to the lab, and it was paracetamol. So when now you've bought 1,002, your baby's still there. So don't.
Maybe paracetamol, guys, don't do it.
Panado, for those who
Headache.
don't know what paracetamol
Yeah,
is.
that's what I'm saying.
So just, please be,
That's mad.
just don't go. Always go to, if you don't know which provider is registered or not, because they all look legit until they're not, please DM us and we'll verify it for you. So yes, there are medical pills. You can have the TOP at home. You get the pills. They get instructions how to do it, and you need to go and have a checkup for it. But you only are up to 9 weeks. Post that, it's a surgical termination. And I think the surgical termination for me is just cleaner because you go in, it's done, you go out. Whereas the pills, you take the pills, it comes out, you need to have the thing come out at your home. You might have things left over, checked, they need to check you afterwards. Whereas with the surgical, all the thing happens once and you're done. Yeah, well?
Isn't it like a full stop? The size of that thing that's coming out. Besides the
Depends
blood.
on how far you were. I'm sure it grows
Really?
pale.
Okay, fair. Yay.
So
Okay, rather the 9 weeks. Within the 9 weeks, is it not like the size of a full stop?
No, I mean, there's that chart where you can see what size is your baby now if you want to be pregnant, and it grows from a bean to like,
Cute.
yeah,
A beanie.
embryos and fetuses
embryos
and all that.
and
Ah, cute.
fetuses. Well, but now if you're cute, you
too.
have baby fever. But
I'll
if
forever
you're,
have baby fever.
if you're wanting to return to Sanda, you're like,
No.
closer.
No, listen, I'll forever have
I don't
baby
even
fever.
want to hear.
The reason why I'm allowed to have baby fever would prevent. So like, come on
It's the
now.
hormones from the prevention.
You think so? But babies are cute. One day.
Other people's babies are cute.
Oh, wow.
Other thing is, results don't look
They vary.
What do you mean? but it's your child, so you're telling me.
Hey.
If you see that baby on TikTok, results.
Maybe.
Very.
Stop. No, I don't believe this. All babies are pretty. Guys. Mizozala. Bongi, no.
Sorry, I've given birth.
Bongi,
Not all
you have
babies.
nieces that are coming. Okay?
Not all babies ungasenzi njalo. And yobana labo mama banengane ezingazinhle ave bethanda ukuthi zithinta abantu.
Comment.
Ayo. Hey.
No, yes, if you want to do it.
Am I lying though? I'm not saying the baby is gonna look like.
What are you
But
saying?
I'm saying
results
results
may
may vary.
Yeah, that's what, guys.
That's the number one.
Izophume ifana just like their dad.
And depending on who the dad is that what you want?
Unless you have stronger genes.
I tell you, little
then your
sexy
baby
red
will be.
auntie likes the guy with a little bit of ugly until that ugly spreads.
I get it. Terminology.
With a little bit of ugly.
Medium.
A guy must always have that little bit of,
Think of the kid.
Of meaty.
yeah.
So you
There must be a little bit ugly. You can't be pretty,
guys. That's not fair.
Sing wrong, guy.
That's not fair because now you're leading me to the last question where it says navigating dating as a first year student. How do you do it? Apparently, dog, you mustn't be completely good looking because that's a problem.
Gonna be balanced.
How?
Yeah, bro. A little bit of
How?
ugly.
How?
Little
how?
bit. Like I most of the people I know that are girls, but what's your type? She just must be a little bit ugly. Like 1%.
Ooh.
1% of ugly.
I never.
Like guys, listen, like 1%.
And there's someone that actually dates ugly guys only. There's no little bit.
Everything.
That nigga's ugly.
Oaks.
No, for real.
What?
They're
thought-
ugly.
like once upon
like
a-
that ugly. That one Nkakuwa Lumana. Sorry guys.
Well, once upon a time in high school, I almost dated this guy, but I was like, "You're sweet, we match," but I can't. I can't.
Bro. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm not there.
Hey, Ray, what do you have to say?
I'm not there.
So
Do
wait,
you think-
what's equal to that? 'Cause- what's equal to that, right? Because in the girl world, there's a little bit of ugly. What's like a guy version of that?
Look, man, we like good looking people.
Imai, would you
But that's
do
cheap.
like, cut the face or cut the body? What would you cut?
choose.
I prefer a very pretty face.
You prefer face.
I need the face to
So
be
body
nice.
must not like be like your
Body is
typical type.
negotiable.
Look, man, I have an open palette when it comes to body types, but I need a good looking face.
So manje umuntu wakho mase kuthiwa
Maka face
nje
secure.
ubuya ngazathi
Face secure,
uya reverse behamba.
Ah,
Like
Mara face ke yona ba fe nahana ha o
Face
tsoga.
card.
Guys, you need to look at someone.
But like,
When you
the
wake up
thing
in the
is-
morning,
No,
guys,
I'm
just think
talking
about
the
this.
face is 100%. But umzimba, ngathi reverse be
That's what
You
I'm
can
talking
work
about.
on
Like, you can say that. Especially
can
those
say that.
baby face people. Like, that's what I'm saying. If
You can
someone's
say that.
too attractive, baby face now.
Baby face.
All I'm saying is, you can work on your.
the face changes.
Yes, the body you
never
can
does.
work
Guys,
on
the
it.
face can't change.
The face can
Yes.
change.
That's what I'm
Never.
saying.
changes.
You need what you're gonna get like dimple injections and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying the face is something that according as time goes, it changes.
Yeah, but it doesn't change
It
for the
doesn't change.
worst.
Yeah.
If you were ling as a child, not a child, but like as a teenager,
If you were
young
ugly as a
adult,
child.
if you were like good
Oh,
looking,
I thought
you
I
don't
was like,
suddenly become like the opposites later on in life.
No,
happens.
no, wait.
It's those
gradually-
peak
Wait.
ones in high school. Have you seen
Yes.
them now?
Yes.
But
People who
that's-
were like
Skins.
hot in high school, and you're just like, when I can't do what were we looking at growing up?
This is
Like I
only
don't
if you
understand.
don't take care of yourself.
No, the body, you can
fair.
work on the body, guys. The body, you can work on
okay,
it.
what if the face is not also allowing? Like, you have a
if
proper
the face,
body.
can walk on the
guys,
face.
face card.
This card must be.
You have
valid.
to wake up next to someone in the morning.
That's what I mean. Like, I guess that's like
I
fighting
need
high
to
school.
find you cute. Like the whole world doesn't
What if you
need
can't
to
even find cute?
You see, that's the thing. If I don't find you attractive, because most people, I think this whole thing of butle is subjective.
It is. It is.
Yes.
So I might look at my person and go, "Oh my god, he's just the cutest thing I've ever seen." But when you look at him, you're just like,
Why
"Goopy
would you
boy."
choose him?
Like goopy, cute goopy. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
I don't see what
That's
you're
true.
seeing here. Meanwhile, I'm just starry-eyed.
But back on the first years one, listen here, you're gonna meet a lot of love of your lives in campus, a lot.
And those ones come up base.
About 50 per day. on
Stay away
average.
from
Yes.
G-Wagons.
Who's on a good day, each table, you don't even know who to choose from there.
As a first year dog, it starts in class. It's as easy as starting in class. That's the easiest access point. Obviously, if you want to strike up a conversation, schoolwork. You are in the same space as this person, but also know your leagues. Because see, varsity will expose you, dog.
Yes. Yes.
So you must operate at the level of your confidence. I always say this. But as a first year student, first of all, books.
Please.
Nagara books. And then if you're gonna talk to people, make sure that you are also focused and you know exactly what you are. And find people who are nice. Just talk to nice people who will like you back. This thing of talking to people who don't like you and then terrified at the end of it when they don't want you and you're blaming them. That doesn't make sense, bro. So
doesn't.
find the right people and make sure that you can just communicate confidently from a gent's perspective. I think from a lady's perspective, it might be different. I don't know.
Don't be dog.
Can you?
Don't be a stalker.
How do you know if you're stalker though?
You
That's-
know.
You
That's-
just know.
You know you're a
Guys,
stalker.
sometimes
know.
stalker's not even like that. I feel like we deep the word stalker
No,
now. Like,
no.
If a friend of yours says, Chomi, let's go. There are these guys that want to buy Don Julio bottle, go kai. You are stalker.
You are
But
stalker.
like, Anjan, what if it's a come over? I'm over now. There was no description, but there were guys there. It's just a come over. I'm having a
They're
little
not gonna
yanga,
tell
yanga,
you
yanga.
sometimes
trust.
unless
Come
you're going
over
out.
to your friend's place.
Yes.
Like my
And
friend,
there's
let's say I'm
guys
coming over
already
to
there.
your place, and you had like guys over. I don't know, man. I'm here for you. And then if the guys are there, obviously now I'm having a
I think
conversation.
going to your friend's place is not stalker vibes,
You're
but
not
if your
stalker.
friend goes, we are going
Yes.
to somebody's guy's
Then
house,
you
then
are
you are
stalker.
How are we
stalker.
supposed to socialize, guys?
Socialize, but we
Socialize
You don't need to be a
outside, bro.
stalker to socialize.
I hear y'all. I hear y'all.
Unless you like free things, but just know good you are stalker.
Guys, if you are stalker, let me tell you something. Don't be a stalker because you're gonna end up taking one for the team. You don't want to do
When I
that.
say first year, don't be a
You-
stalker.
you don't
'Cause
wanna
like
do
you're
that.
still buying.
Then when are you gonna learn?
Oh, maybe like uzofeyila Thando yazi first semester ye first year ukuthi usadribula imaths ye first year like the first semester is like one of the hardest academically challenging.
Yes,
So I
yes,
mean
yes.
I'm saying like mhlampe when you end of first year, second year, then you can start doing your Stogo trips. But it just becomes hectic on first year. And mind you, Stogo Bansithatha with first day, they want you green-eyed, not
ready for
knowing
anything.
Johannesburg, fresh ties, what's
These
a
are the
melody? What is Emelo? You don't know Joburg.
Let me show you around.
You are still seeing
you guys are
something for the
wrong,
first
Shay.
time.
That's stalker. Bro. Stalker is the worst thing you can ever be.
I
Shay.
guess. I guess
Some people have experienced it. I'm not gonna say. You were a
It's a nice
stalker.
tower trip.
I'm like,
We
it doesn't. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Ne? But sometimes it's the worst thing ever
Watch
because you
yourself.
end
Fair,
up
fair,
taking
fair.
one for the team.
By
You
force
might
now.
be caught up in the wrong group. So we're not saying don't experience certain things in your varsity life, but first year, just prioritize your academics before you go into the fun stuff or peer pressure or whatever. Just like I said before, abo chomi ulele asambe. No.
Mind your own. Yeah.
Dubula ngawe, we're like, hey, this guy
is
likes
our fire.
you. So,
So,
we're gonna go.
We're out of
with
time, yo. We're out of time.
Okay, let me ask one last question.
I was gonna add that have a sexual health plan.
Yes.
Before you arrive,
Yeah, please
have your implant on ready.
stay strapped so you ain't gotta get strapped, man.
Yes.
Because there are shooters there in varsity, you'll end up going back home with your diploma that's like 2 months old, bro.
So be careful and try and just maintain your discipline. When whatever you do, you need discipline. So make sure that you have it even when you're trying to go out and date as a first year student. So like I said, we're out of time. We couldn't get to all your questions, but listen, we'll answer them if you keep sending us DMs, if you keep answering our prompts that we put out on Monday on our stories. On Mondays on our stories. We go live on Wednesday afternoons, which is exciting. So join us on TikTok, join us on Instagram when we go live because yeah, it's fun that side.
Yeah, bo.
And also, we post videos every day. So again, follow us, Instagram and TikTok. Fuck you, Africa. I know that sounds weird when I say it like that, but it's FAQ.
You're saying fuck the country.
It's a continent. Bonolo.
Thank you,
Say-
Africa.
You're saying fuck the whatever continent.
Yeah, well.
I'm not saying that. Okay, we'll be back soon with your next episode, but we hope that you've enjoyed this one. This has been.
Fun.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your name.
Oh, they know my name.
She is your bestie.
Tando.
That
And I am Bonolo.
behind the scenes in the background, soothing us, giving us facts is.
Sis B.
And I'm Ray, and our final message to you, as always, is stay fucking healthy.
Danko.
Doo-doo-doo.
And